just got hung up on. I'm being harassed by police. And they flip it backwards and say I'm harassing them for calling there. Repeating the same harassment. Yeah, I'm sorry. Who is this? I can barely hear you.
My operator number is 9613.
Yeah, I'm not sure why it doesn't. I can't hear you when you first come on at all, like hardly at all. Yeah, I was put on hold a couple times deliberately to be left on hold, and I was transferred. Can you not talk after me? Can you? I didn't call 911, so
I know you didn't, but other people are calling 911 that we need to put you on hold to answer. There's more pertinent calls coming in.
Okay, you need to not degrade me. You not try to degrade me. I was transferred to the front desk and hung up on.
He didn't hang up on you, man.
Yes, they did. I have it on recording. Stop lying. Stop lying. Shame on you. You're a disgrace. You need to stop harassing citizen Vineland. They're sitting there trying to degrade me and basically compare it to a 911 call or whatever. That's not how it works over there. They have multiple dispatchers, and I'm not basically being disruptive or anything in countering that. They're trying to put a false guilt trip on me, and it's really disgusting. It's really disgusting what they're doing. Now, my complaint is basically, hello?
Yes.
Who am I speaking to?
Bill Officer Hendershot. Here all day.
Yeah, you've been harassing me. I was just hung up on by you, by the way. And yeah, you're sitting there, not even on the list in regards to basically people supposed to be listed to be at the front desk.
Huh?
So you basically laughed at me before, hanging up on me or whatever, and you're playing games. And I asked to speak to an officer, and you have harassed me before in the past. And I have a right to speak to another officer. You do not have a right to refuse me to speak to an officer who is not harassing me.
Oh, actually, you're the one talking, so.
What does that have to do with anything?
You can't be harassed if you're the one doing the talking.
First of all, you were harassing me before by sitting there making little immature noises. Okay, you're hanging up on me. That's harassing me. And me talking is not, and making a complaint is not harassment.
Actually, I haven't hung up on you.
Yeah. Oh, no, you put the phone down. I'm like, hello. And yes, you did hang up on me a couple of times, but yes, you did. So you're lying. I don't lie. So to sit there and say, oh, that didn't happen when I say something, I don't lie. I'm basically a Christian woman. That's the only thing that makes me Christian because I'm righteous. So, and if I make an error, I will correct the error to make it right. Because that's how I think, because I have a good conscience, unlike yourself. So I live by conscience. You live by, evil, obviously. So I need to speak to another officer who basically is a stable sound of mind.
Oh.
Like myself.
You're speaking to one, and this is your only option.
Excuse me? No, you have committed crimes against me and falsified reports and refused to take reports of me, heinous crimes being committed against me of a high degree and being robbed of basically grand theft and stuff or whatever. And you're basically refused my rights and refused me to basically get a restraining order on people and basically refuse my rights because you think you're going to sit there and refuse my rights because of my Christian religion. Christian religion means law enforcement, by the way. That's what Christian religion is. So, in case you're basically confused because of the Antichrist churches, but my religion is laws of justice, something I practice and you do not. So, if you did practice law enforcement and laws of justice, there wouldn't be a problem or a conflict between us.
That's quite a...
So, the only thing I'm against is the crime and the criminal minds like yourself. So, that's the only thing that I stand against and that stands against me. Because I am a righteous prophetess of God, and we do only practice righteousness. So when you sit there and say, no, you didn't, or no, that didn't happen, and all this other stuff when you did, you're lying, and lying is going to corrupt your own mind. We don't lie because we don't mind rape. So I like to speak to somebody who is sound of mind and not somebody who has sold their soul to the devil. Hello? Hello? I have a right to speak to another officer, not somebody who abused me. And they're refusing this. They're forcing me to speak to people who have abused me and psychologically tortured me and tormented me. bullying me, harassing me, trying to drive me to suicide because I don't believe in child rape. So all they do is mind rape. They're sitting there playing all these little games, and they're sickening. They're psychopaths. They belong in prison. They belong actually on death row is what they belong on. They're the ones that actually cause other officers to get shot and shit because of them, because they act like freaking pigs. They make a lot of people angry, and then they sit there and go out and shoot innocent freaking cops who aren't even given a chance to sit there and practice and basically learn the field of law enforcement and what it's supposed to do to basically rightfully enforce laws of justice. They don't know what that is. Their mind is so degenerate and so disgustingly debased, it's unbelievable. Hello? They're sitting there saying they're not hanging up on me because they're putting the phone down, by the way. This is another tactic they did. They harassed me like this, like, for years, by the way. And they refuse to speak to me because I don't believe in child rape. Because I exposed them, child molesters in the police department or whatever. No, not all these officers are child molesters, but basically, but there are officers who are angry because they're not getting promoted because they did sexual favors with their superior officers or whatever, and they're refusing to basically the law enforcement officers who have moral stable mind to actually speak to me, and they're isolating me from whoever that is, and basically having me deal with these degenerates. That are just just mentally unstable. They belong in a mental institution, in the high security state prison mental institution. So they're junk. They're like the next generation of the previous junk. Like, the junk, like the degenerates, like in our nation. Like, they're foul creatures. They're something less than the animals. Now, he's not listening to me because he's not. I'm just putting it on because either he hangs up on me, but he's not hanging up. And they're sitting there saying they're not hanging up on me when putting the phone down or, I don't know, whatever they're doing or whatever. But that's what they're doing. So, they're refusing me rights. They refused me rights for 30 years, imprisoned me to my rapist, by the way, and basically destroyed my children for being a prime credible witness against an Antichrist cult.
You have reached the City of Vineland Police Department.
They're disgusting.
Emergency, please press 1.
They're refusing me to connect with mature, moral, responsible people who are moral. They take over everything. They're just like an infest. I have to redial that. So I'm paying attention. I'd do that over. I speak to a supervisor earlier because I was being harassed. So the nasty, foul, false, degenerate dispatcher who harassed me before left me on hold deliberately and refused me to transfer me to a supervisor. Of course, they are corrupt.
Please press 2.
2.
For police emergency and non-emergency dispatch. Police operator 7600.
Yeah, I mean, the officer's putting the phone down on me, sitting there saying he's not hanging up on me. That's the same thing. He's harassing me. That's Hendershot and Makos has harassed me, making up lies that it's resolved and all this other stuff. I was sitting there making my statements of complaints, legitimate complaints, and call it rambling to harass me. He's a degenerate. He's apparently a Pentecostal or Catholic pig or something, one of those pig pen people or whatever. Well, I don't know what pig pen they belong to or whatever. He's falsely claiming that he's Christian or whatever. He's not. He has a mark of the beast. So I'm trying to get my property, that stolen property, that police refuses to get a stolen property from me. And
I can transfer you to the ID section of the ones that have all the property.
they don't have, I'm not talking about property they have. They don't have the property.
You just said.
No, I said stolen property. People restolen property. People echo each other's falsehood all the time. Oh my God. I just can't believe I'm in a world with beings like you people. My God.
Who would you like to speak to,
I basically have. Look. I had a burglary, and breaking and entering, and the proper complaint was not made. When theft was stolen from me, and tens of thousands of dollars stolen from me throughout the months, or whatever. And police, what?
Did you report the incident already of the burglary?
Yes, and they covered it up, and they refused to give me my property. My property's still stolen.
Okay, so who would you like to speak to, ma'am?
I was trying to basically call for weeks in regards to a false report made about me by Marsh, all right, and harassment by other officers or whatever before that. I basically had to take a break for a week or two because people are putting me under such distress and trauma that is unbelievable.
Who would you like to speak to?
What's that?
Who would you like to speak to?
A mature law enforcement officer that does not commit crimes and harass me.
Okay, then who would that
That's not criminally minded, a degenerate. I cannot deal with them. They need to be thrown in the garbage.
Who would that be?
I don't know who that is. You people know who it is because you're pointing out and picking out people who you know are evil and basically putting them at the front desk and having them harass me. Not you personally, your dispatchers. But your people have been part of doing that also. But there are officers deliberately picking out evil ones who did me wrong to sit there and continue to refuse my rights and put up a wall that is not law.
Every time we transfer you to someone, you don't like them. So.
Okay, you better stop flipping it backwards and scapegoating me and flipping it on me and making me the problem when I'm being harassed. You don't like them. This is what the harassment that you people do. Oh, just because you don't like them. No. I'm saying that's not what that doesn't describe. That doesn't interpret what's going on. They are harassing me because they don't like me because I'm righteous and I'm a law enforcement. They don't like me. That's why they're mentally abusing me and mind raping me. Like you are. And you're scapegoating me and mind raping me, sitting there making me the fucking problem. You sound like freaking child molesters. My God! My God! You sound like child molesters! Oh, just because you don't like him, just because you don't want to be molested, just because you don't want to be raped, oh, that's your problem.
Ma'am, we're extremely busy here, and I'm trying to help
Okay, yeah, you know what? I'm extremely oppressed, and basically extreme hate crimes are being committed against me. You better stop putting false guilt trips on me. You need to stop putting false guilt trips on me. I have to speak to a law enforcement officer.
Okay, and who?
Not a child molester.
Who do you want that to be?
Oh, my God!
All right, I'll give you the names, and you tell me who you want to talk to. I don't need any comments about who you don't like.
You're the one sitting there saying that you need to stop mind raping me.
Are you ready?
What's your number, please?
Are you ready?
What's your number?
All right. So
I don't even need your name because I don't care about who you are as a person. You're not even a person. I need your number. What's your number? I asked you as your number as a dispatcher.
Officer Malkus, Officer Lacko, Officer Bowen.
I asked you your number. You have a right to give me the. Actually, you have to by law give me your name.
Officer Hendershot, Officer Capazzi, and Officer Tamaro.
I asked you your number, and you have to by law actually give me your name. But you're playing games. You all only won't give you your names.
When you first called, the number came out. You were too busy yelling.
Excuse me?
When you first called and I picked up, my employee number came up and said it. You were too busy yelling.
I was not yelling. You're lying. I have it all recorded. I'm recording you now because you're lying.
Yeah, you are. You can record all you want. You're entitled to it.
Yeah, and I just caught you lying because that's what you degenerates do. You're a child molester. Anybody who's a liar is a child molester. We don't lie because we're better than you.
Let's try this again.
Yeah, because you're junk. Only junks are rapists, and you need to freaking just jump in a hole and fucking just bury yourself alive like you're fucking trying to do to me.
I'm so happy you're recording it because I'm giving you...
That's good. Good. I'm recording it. I got it online. And everything you people do to me, I hope you fucking do to yourself. You bury me alive with your lies. I hope you need to jump in a hole and bury yourself alive. I hope somebody kidnaps you and freaking buries you alive just like you fucking people did to me. I hope everything that you people did to me, people do to you. Literally.
I'm so happy you're recording this.
I am. Because you've already done it to me. You people murdered my children. You people murdered my children. You people murdered my children.
Are you ready for the officers, ma'am, that you want to talk to? And you can
Protecting, imprison me to my rapist? You imprison me to my rapist?
When I list the name...
You're pimp kind of spotty? Oh, it doesn't work there, so he says. He basically works behind the scenes. A cult leader. Your cult leaders, William Clay and Cottis Body, little faggots.
Let me know when I can talk.
I need to speak to a law enforcement officer. I don't know why you're sitting there. You're manipulating things and sitting there going around just because you don't like them. No, I'm reporting them harassing me.
I gave you a list of names.
I'm going to do another video on the psychopathic mind rape that you're discussing beings that are not even human. You people are less than pigs drinking each other's urine. You can't even consider to be equal to that. You're less than pigs.
Okay.
You're like maggots eating the fecal matter of swine.
Let me know when I can talk.
Play your games. Play your game. Let me know when you can talk. I asked for a law enforcement officer. I don't even want to talk to you. You can't even hear anything. You can't even hear anything. Your mind is so debased.
See, there you go again. You keep talking over me. I'm trying to get.
No, that's what you did. I already have you recorded talking over me. Well, let me speak. So I was sitting there talking over me. I have that on recording too.
Okay, my turn. There's a list of officers I'm going to give you the name of, and you tell me who you want.
Do you need a talking stick?
Okay, you ready?
Do you need a talking stick?
All right. Officer McGee, Officer Rosario, Officer Marcus, Officer Lacko.
Was that Wacko?
Officer Lacko, ma'am, yes.
Lacko or Wacko?
Lacko with an L.
Actually heard the Lacko, but just had to
Okay, Sergeant McCormick.
show my harp on that.
Officer Bonzel. Officer Hendershot.
Oh, Bonzo's at. So all these officers are at the desk?
No, because Officer Hendershot's at the desk.
Bonzo said hi to me about a month ago, and he basically is the one officer that basically, I don't even know why, is sitting there acting like he's like my buddy friend or whatever, walking down the street and shit, and he basically committed crimes against me and falsified reports on me and refused my rights. Interesting. What is the fucking point? I don't know what it is.
The last two officers, ma'am, is Officer Capazzi and Officer Tamaro. Those are your options that you have, unless you want me to transfer you to internal affairs and you can leave them in.
Well, Hendershot said I wasn't allowed to speak to anybody but him, and there's no other officers to speak to. Now there is.
Your options.
Interesting. Hendershot refused me to speak to another officer because he abused me and committed heinous crimes against me.
Ma'am, can I finish for a second? The officers that I gave you are...
I always let you speak, so shut up. I told you. I already told you. Give me an officer who's mature, please.
They're on the road right now, so I can give your name and number and have them call you back when they become available.
These people are so degenerate. Ew, can you imagine if they were my son? Oh! Of course, I kicked one out or whatever because he's just like them.
If you don't need anything else, I'm going to disconnect.
I would disown you if you were my son.
All right?
Of course, I disowned one already.
All right, well, you have a wonderful day, ma'am, okay? I'm going to give you this. I'm going to disconnect if you don't want to speak to any of those officers.
You going to disconnect me if I don't want to speak to one of those officers? I said just give me a fucking law enforcement officer.
Okay, I just gave you the option, but every time we transfer you to someone, you call back and say that they were mind raping you, whatever else you...
Yeah, they're harassing me. That's Hendershot. No, he was put at the desk because to cover up Vi sitting there saying answer the phone as headshot when it was Officer Vi.
Do you want one of them?
Sitting there and try to cover that up. His name is used to manipulate.
Do you want one of them officers, yes or no, ma'am?
I don't know. I don't know half of the names or whatever. Give me a name that has it basically, is a woman abuser. I want an officer who's not a woman abuser.
I can get your name and number.
Or a mother abuser, or a wife abuser, or a rapist. I have a right. You people need to stop hiring child molesters.
I mean, you also have the right to call the Cumberland County Prosecutor's Office, ma'am, if you don't like...
Oh, yeah, they're persecuting me, which I spoke against them in a court or whatever and proved that they were persecuting me. Colluding with police persecuting me. Especially the racists. Especially the racists, because I'm in quote white, even though they're all colors of the sands of the earth.
You also have a right to talk to the Public Safety Director and the Mayor, ma'am.
Just give me a freaking officer, man. What is wrong with you? I need to speak to a law enforcement officer. The ones at the desk is harassing me. There's nothing more than that, man. We've been doing this for like 20 minutes. My God. Are you like damn dumb? Oh.
You can go 25.
Can we just like scoop these things into a hole? The only thing wrong with the Holocaust is they went after the Jews instead of the idiots.
I'm going to transfer you to an officer.
They should have went after people that basically, Hitler.
Wonderful day, ma'am, okay?
I need to speak to an officer.
I'm going to transfer you. If you don't like the officer, I'm sorry.
And so I'm sitting there saying, if I don't like the officer. I only speak against people committing crimes against me. You sicko!
Oh, ma'am.
You sick freak! Ew. They didn't even want to take a shower to like, scrub myself raw like I just got fucking raped or something. Which I'm going to. Oh, with a freaking Brillo pad. Hello? See? I didn't answer the freaking phone. That's what they're going to do. Hang up on me. Oh. Let me just, hold on. Transfer me to what? Let's find out. I'm about to take a shower with this little scrubby SOS pad to scrub the filth. Because I feel that fucking dirty right now. Scrub myself fucking raw.